Today we're going to continue with Miss Rumphius, Story and Pictures by Barbara Cooney. From the porch of her new house, Miss Rumphius watched the sun come up. She watched it cross the heavens and sparkle on the water, and she saw it set in the glory of the evening. She started a little garden among the rocks that surrounded her house, and she planted a few flower seeds in the stony ground. Miss Rumphius was almost perfectly happy. But there is still one more thing I have to do, she said. I have to do something to make the world more beautiful. But what? The world is already pretty nice, she thought, looking out over the ocean. So now she's checked off 2 things. The next spring, Miss Rumphius was not very well. Her back was bothering her again, and she had to stay in bed most of the time. The flowers she had planted in the summer before had come up and bloomed in spite of the stony ground. She could see them from her bedroom window, blue and purple and rose-colored. Lupines, said Miss Rumphius with satisfaction. I've always loved lupines the best. I wish I could plant more seeds this summer so that I could have still more flowers next year. But she was not able to. Why do you think she wasn't able to plant more? Maybe because she's still not feeling well? After a hard winter, spring came. Miss Rumphius was feeling much better. Now she could take walks again. One afternoon, she started to go up and over the hill where she had not been in a long time. I don't believe my eyes, she cried when she got to the top. For there, on the other side of the hill, was a large patch of blue and purple and rose-colored lupines. It was the wind, she said as she knelt in delight. It was the wind that brought the seeds from my garden here, and the birds must have helped. Then Miss Rumphius had a wonderful idea. What do you suppose her idea is going to be? She hurried home and got out her seed catalogs. She sent off to the very best seed houses for 5 bushels of lupine seed. All that summer, Miss Rumphius, her pockets full of seeds, wandered over the fields and headlands, sowing lupines. She scattered seeds along the highways and down the country lanes. She flung handfuls of them around the schoolhouse and in back of the church. She tossed them into hollows and along stone walls. Her back didn't hurt her any more at all. Now some people called her that crazy old lady. So here she is. They think she's a crazy old lady, but she's throwing out her seeds. The next spring, there were lupines everywhere. Fields and hillsides were covered with blue and purple and rose-colored flowers. They bloomed along the highways and down the lanes. Bright patches lay around the schoolhouse and the back of the church. Down in the hollows and along the stone walls grew the beautiful flowers. Miss Rumphius had done the 3rd and most difficult thing of all. Okay, so she went to faraway places. She had her house by the sea. And now, by spreading these seeds and these beautiful flowers everywhere, she's making the world a more beautiful place. My great Aunt Alice Rumphius is very old now. Her hair is very white. Every year there are more and more lupines. Now they call her the Lupine Lady. Sometimes my friends stand with me outside her gate, curious to see the old lady who planted the fields of lupines. When she invites us in, they come slowly. They think she is the oldest woman in the world. Often she tells us stories of faraway places. When I grow up, I tell her, I too will go to faraway places and come home to live by the sea. That is all very well, little Alice, says my aunt. But there is a 3rd thing that you must do. What is that, I ask? You must do something to make the world more beautiful. All right, I say. So now they think she's this wonderful lady who did all these beautiful things, and we find out that her family must think very much of her because they named the author of our story after her Aunt Alice. But I do not know yet what that can be. But just like our first Miss Alice, our little Alice, she will figure it out too, won't she? Because Miss Rumphius didn't tell little Alice exactly what to do, just like her grandfather didn't tell her. She left it to her to figure out what she could do to make the world a more beautiful place. I hope you've enjoyed our story. Thanks for listening.